proceed with securing bids for a maintenance tax note.
Second.
With a motion by Roger and a second by Trina, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 7-0.
Okay.
Can I just say that because of that vote, we will reconvene on May 30th to hear what Moody, who is the financial people that would give us a percentage for this loan. So you will vote on yes or no on the tax note on May 30th, right?
The rating call, Moody's is gonna give us a rating, and then Doug will market the bonds, and he will take, in essence, bids on it, and he will bring the most advantageous bid. He's gonna have to structure it to allow for some prepayments in case we want to do that, to cut the annual hit down. So we're going to try to put some flexibility into it. But I think it's going to be, on May 30th, you're going to have, this is the offer we have on the notes.
Okay, and then I think you have the next couple, moving on to the budget amendment for
Yes.
fuel.
The next item is a budget amendment. This one is fuel for transportation. They need approximately $65,000 to make it through the end of the year. This is almost exclusively due to the price hit that we took when we corrected or issued the budget. Greg, correct me if I'm wrong, but we got a price on the gas, and then that price just skyrocketed on us.
That part of it is the way that the petroleum producers on their contract are interpreting the contract, and CASB is siding with them on their interpretation. So between that change in penalty that they're kind of putting in on their interpretation, it adds to our cost. So we're having to rethink even how we do a fuel bid for next year based on what they're doing.
And that is another area in the proposed budget that we did bump up because of the uncertainty in this situation and what's going on in the geopolitical world. So at this point in time, we are asking to, we are asking that the Board of Trustees authorize a budget amendment to appropriate funds in accord, or $65,000 from fund balance to fuel for transportation.
Is there any discussion? If not, can I get a motion, please?
I move that we approve a motion authorizing budget amendment for appropriating funds to pay for fuel for the district, which comes to $65,000.
I'll second.
The motion by Trina and a second by Roger. All those in favor, please say aye.
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 Motion passes 7-0. Okay, and your next item.
The next item is the approval of an expenditure to repair the elevator at the stadium. At this point, we anticipate that eventually we're going to put this in the maintenance tax note, but we do have enough funds in the budget to cover the initial issuance of the purchase order. However, because it's over $100,000, we need the board to approve the going out for the bid. We called 3 companies to try to get bids. We had one company that responded. They gave us a materials and labor bid, but we are asking for approval of the contract with a not to exceed price of $110,000. We think that's plenty.
Yes.
Yeah, we think that's gonna cover it, but I don't wanna say it's gonna be $100,000, and if it's 101, we've got a problem. So we're having a not to exceed price of $110,000.
Is there any discussion?
Well, did you say that the elevator, one company said they would buy all the material and do what with it?
Well, they have to, I don't know what's wrong with
Here's
it.
what happened is the elevator that we have, you can no longer get the electronic parts for it. And so we have to completely replace that, which also triggers then other parts have to be replaced for modernization. So we put it out for bid. One of the bidders, there's only certain people who do the elevator repairs. One of them wouldn't respond to us at all. One responded and said, we are not going to give you a bid. one that we are in contract with for repairs is the one that gave the bid for us. It is just under $100,000, but we want to make sure that if they get in there and there's something else that goes over another $1,000 or $2,000, we're not going to have to come back to the board for permission. So that's why we're asking for the 110.
Okay, and that's not the person that says, okay, we're gonna buy all the materials and we're gonna dump them over here, and y'all do what you wanna do.
No, they're going to buy them and they're going to put them in. They're going to do all of it. Part of the reason for the PO issuance now is it takes about 12 weeks for those parts to come in. The elevator operates, but not the way it's supposed to, and so the repair should be done in time for the next inspection so that we're not fined.
There's not any more discussion, make that motion.
I move that the Board of Trustees authorize the administration to enter into a contract with Bagby Elevator Company for a price not to exceed $110,000 for the repair of the elevator at the stadium.
With the motion by Mike and a second by Ann, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes 7-0. Oh, you're gonna oppose?
I don't
know where the elevator is at the
I'm
stadium.
confused.
You don't know? Well, let me
I
tell
mean,
you.
there's a ramp that goes
No,
up.
it's not there.
Can we-
You have to go up
Could there
and
be
over.
built some stairs?
Yeah.
No, it's an ADA
No.
requirement.
ADA
It's
requirement.
required, and they
Yeah.
shut down the stadium.
Plus the fact 2 or 3 years ago.
I
it
still
was
don't know where it is.
Making a whole lot of noise.
Keith, you want to draw a picture?
There's a button by the
If you've been,
concession
big
stand.
call right up, if you've been by the
On
concession
the south
stand,
side
you
of
go to
the
the concession stand, there's a big, like, it looks like a pillar or anything, there's an elevator right in there.
Yeah.
It's round, it's got a brick around it, it's right in the middle when you go to the ladies' bathroom.
I've never.
Whoa.
Okay.
You don't want to go over right now.
Upstairs.
I don't go to no football games,
Yes,
yes.
I'm okay.
I don't blame you, Chief, I would not go in that thing and call it an elevator either.
No, it's not.
Okay, 7.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't know, Roger.
Yeah, 'cause I didn't know, I was confused about it, because I don't go to football games like that right there, and I'm like, wait, stairs, can you make, put some stairs up there or something like that?
So ADA requirement, to get us in trouble.
Yeah, anytime you build something like that now, for ADA, you're required to have an elevator to get you, or built to get you from one to the other, so.
Okay.
Hey, it lasted 20 years,
There you have it.
lasted 21.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Shield.
Thank you.
Folks. At this time, we're gonna move to governance and specified donation.
President Cruz, members of the board, L3 has donated $1,500 and has specifically requested that those funds go to Hope's Hearts Closet to purchase shelving and clothes racks. And so we're very close to opening that to the community to come in and get items they might need. So we're just asking that you accept this contribution on behalf of Hope's Heart Community Closet.
I move to approve the acceptance of the donation from L3 Harris in the amount of $1,500, contributing funds to Hope's Heart Community Closet.
Second.
With a motion by Tish and a second by Bonnie, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 7-0. At this time, we are going to move to the consent agenda. Does anyone have anything they'd like to pull off the consent agenda? If not, can I get a motion?
I move to approve the consent agenda as presented.
I'll second.
A motion by Roger and a second by Tish. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 7-0. Okay, at this time, we're moving to open forum and public comment for non-agenda items. I'd like to preface this with, we don't normally take cards after the start of the meeting. It's at 5:30. If the cards are not in my possession, then we won't usually hear anybody talk at that time. But I know it was crowded, and it was hard to figure out where to go to get the card. So I'm gonna go ahead and accept this. And I will say, if there's anybody else here, because I'm giving the chance for someone to speak, if you'd like to speak, right now is the time to tell me. Because I feel it would be unfair if I didn't. Okay. So the card that I received was from Melissa Williams, and I'm asking her to come up, and her subject is Suzuki strings. Oh, let me just read a card for you, really fast. Sorry about that. We arrived at the portion of the meeting where we will hear from people who desire to make comments to the board on non-agenda items. Please note, public comment regarding non-agenda related items will be limited to 3 minutes. If more than one item, comments are limited to 5 minutes. Please address the board as a whole and not as an individual board member. Any and all complaints or concerns regarding the management of the district will be referred to the superintendent. Also, during this portion of the meeting, the members of the board will remain silent and not respond to any comments or concerns. In order to address the board, you must complete a gold card or blue card, which you have provided in the back of the room, your name, address, and topic of discussion. So when you'll have to introduce yourself and tell us your address.
Thank you so much for letting me speak. My name is Melissa Williams, and I am a piano teacher, and I'm the director of Music Discovery Music School here in town. I'm also the piano accompanist for the Suzuki program, which is unfortunately being cut as of now. First and foremost, I would like to extend my sincere appreciation to the important work that each one of you does in serving our community and for advocating for our children. I'm sure you've heard before the many, many benefits of studying music. They extend well beyond the realm of music itself. Students who study music show enhanced cognitive skills and better academic performance. They possess improved language and literacy skills. They enjoy better emotional well-being, and they tend to score higher on standardized tests. Having the privilege of working with Greenville ISD's band and choir programs, also, I have personally witnessed the genuine appreciation you hold for the value of music education. However, I humbly assert that the decision to cut the Suzuki Strings program may have been a result of not being able to witness firsthand its profound impact on these kids. If you were to observe the program in action, I'm confident that you would reconsider the decision to cut it. I'm asking you to visit our website. It's saveourstringsgreenville.org. It's a work in progress, so maybe visit it today, visit it in a few days. And you'll be able to see pictures and videos and stories of Suzuki families. And I also want you to know they have participated in solo ensemble for the past 2 years, and they have received 1 ratings across the board. That's the highest rating. Our cello students are preparing for their trip to go to Carnegie Hall this summer. I want you to see the faces of these children who have worked so hard to learn their craft. And I want you to understand the impact denying them access to their instruments and their teachers next year are going to have on them. Know that probably for most of these students, cutting the Suzuki Strings program means they will no longer study violin or cello. As you deliberate on budgetary decisions, I urge you to carefully consider the long-term impact of cutting this beloved 21-year-old program, which is currently growing and thriving. The Suzuki Strings program has enriched not only the lives of individual students, but it's a credit to our district. It serves as a shining example of the excellence we strive to achieve in all areas of education. I respectfully request that you reconsider the decision to suspend the program and explore alternative solutions to your budgetary problems. Thank you for your time, attention, and consideration of the facts and perspectives that I have presented today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ms. Williams. Okay, at this time, we're going to close session. Closed meeting will be held for the purposes authorized by the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code, Section 551.071, concerning any and all purposes permitted by the Act, including but not limited to the following section and purposes. Texas Government Code, Section 551.071, consultation with the board's attorney on all subjects or matter authorized by law. 1A, consider legal advice regarding personnel issues. 1B, consider legal advice regarding any agenda action item. 2, Texas Government Code Section 551.074 for the purpose of considering the appointment, employment, resignation, evaluation, reassignment, duties, discipline, termination, or dismissal of a public officer or employee. 2A, closed session pursuant to Section 551 .074 of the Texas Government Code to deliberate the appointment, employment, evaluation, reassignment, duties, discipline, or dismissal of a public officer or employee, or to include consideration of the employee resignation for good cause. And at this time, we're going to go into closed session in here, so we'll have to shut everything off at 7:17.